Unfortunately, you're overlooking John Chidsey, who's the current CEO of Subway. So that's about as prestigious as it gets right there.
Well,
Don't
look,
forget about him.
what's it, John? He needs to give you an NIL deal before you finish out. John, hit him up, man. Subway, Davidson, the alumni love. Show some love, man.
Eat fresh, baby. We have a special guest. This is probably the most exciting NFL draft prospect we've ever had on the pod. I talked about him a little bit last week. Davidson's Barclay Briggs is going viral for his draft announcement. I'm going to reread this post because it was incredible and I'm obsessed with it. This had almost 10 million impressions on Twitter. Here it is. Barclay Briggs. There are countless people who I have to thank for making my dream of playing Division I football a reality, but I especially want to express my gratitude to my family, my coaches, Oprah Winfrey, my teammates, Winston Churchill, my friends, and all those who have supported me throughout this journey. With that being said, I will be foregoing my remaining eligibility to enter my name into the 2024 NFL Draft. Many of you may ask yourselves, if he barely saw playing time at a non-scholarship FCS program, why does this guy think he has any chance in the NFL? This is an entirely reasonable reaction, and I don't blame any of you for thinking this. I will provide roughly zero on-field value for an NFL franchise, but I'd probably be pretty fun to have around. Thank you, Davidson Football. It has been an honor, and I'll forever be a Wildcat. He tweeted that out with Acts 2:15, hashtag respect my decision. And for everyone wondering what Acts 2:15 is in the Bible, it states, these people are not drunk, as some of you are assuming. 9 o'clock in the morning is much too early for that. I disagree with that, but thank you for joining us, Barclay Briggs, fucking legend. All righty, we're happy to be joined by probably the greatest NFL draft prospect we've ever had on the podcast, Barclay Briggs. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. This is great.
So we read your draft announcement last week, and I was gassing you up. So first question, kind of what prompted you to make this NFL draft announcement?
Well, I guess the genesis of the whole idea was during spring ball. We were just like going through stretch lines and stuff, just hanging out and having a good time. It was just a pretty lighthearted day. I think we were just in like helmets and like jerseys or whatever. We just kind of the O-linemen were just like, man, like how ridiculous would it be if just like a no-name nobody made a super elaborate draft declaration. And I kind of volunteered for that role.
Light bulb.
Yeah. And one of our offensive assistants, who he played here and then became an offensive assistant, Coach Coy Williams, was just like kind of making the rounds, just saying hey to everybody. And he's one of the guys who helps out with the graphics. And I was like, dude, can you make me a graphic when I'm done playing to do that? And he just like kind of jokingly agreed, but I held him to it. And
he nailed it.
The graphic is amazing.
You got
the mustache going. You got the kind of the blue steel, the little smile. It's electric.
Yeah, that was I think my junior year roster headshot.
That's a good look, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you recognized the blue steel. That's what we were going for there. So
you nailed it.
Off the letter, my question is why Oprah? Why did you think Oprah?
Well, I had to like throw some elements in there that would just undoubtedly let everybody know that I was joking and that it was not serious. And I figured what better way to do that than by thanking two people, one of whom died 60 years ago. That clearly had nothing to do with anything having to do with me at all. So I think that was kind of the reason for that more than anything.
Has Oprah or her team reached out yet, though?
No, I've not heard from Oprah.
Dang, Oprah, you
we'll
got to
get in touch
out.
with O for you. Get you on the show.
Please do. Yeah, please do.
So I'm looking at your tweet right now, and it's got 9.5 million impressions, 30 likes, 4.5 retweets or reposts, whatever they're calling it on X these days. I guess my question is, how are you dealing with your newfound fame, and how are you going to parlay that into a successful NFL career?
Well, right now, I think the plan is to kind of take the Lindsay Lohan approach to things and just really let my life spiral. I think that's what we're planning on. But if that doesn't work out, probably just return to business as usual. And it's really like not been much different other than, people reaching out on social media and people that I know texting me and saying it's crazy.
In the football world, though, Barclay, we call that the Johnny Manziel approach.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's fair. I actually grew up a big A&M fan, and I've met Johnny a couple times and all that kind of thing. So I'm honored. I'm honored to be compared to him, although I don't really know if that's.
It's an easy comparison to make, I think.
Yeah.
And you're a student at Davidson. So now with all this newfound fame, would you say that you're the top athlete ever to come out of Davidson, like surpassing Stephen Curry right now?
No, I would not even begin to let that thought cross my mind.
I got to go and check. I don't know if Steph Curry has 9 million impressions on any of his social media clips, man.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got probably twice that many followers. So
you have to be number 2. I can't think of anyone else who went to Davidson, so you're in the second spot. Stephen Curry, Barclay Briggs.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you're overlooking John Chidsey, who's the current CEO of Subway. So that's about as prestigious as it gets right there. Yeah,
well, look,
about him.
John, he needs to give you an NIL deal before you finish out. John, hit him up, man. Subway, Davidson, the alumni love. Show some love, man.
Eat fresh, baby. All right, I got another one for you, Barclay. First of all, I got to say, if we're talking about NFL football names, Barclay Briggs has got to be up there with, the best of the best. So that's, good shit there, man. Like you got a foot in the door there. I'm just kind of wondering, people always ask me like what was the hardest part of transitioning from college football to the NFL. I'm kind of wondering what you're anticipating as far as, what do you think the biggest difference will be transitioning from your career in college to, prepping for the NFL and your upcoming rookie year here?
Yeah, well, I can't say that I'm anticipating much of a change from what I've been doing the last 2 weeks, which is a whole lot of nothing. Probably what my NFL career is going to look like.
I don't know about that. I think you're a deeply intriguing prospect, man. Like I said, the best prospect we've ever had on the show. So don't downplay yourself,
Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, all the usual things, the speed of the game, the size, the physicality, the stadiums will be a little bigger, a little more exciting. And, those will probably be, all that kind of thing when, just adjusting to the next level.
Exactly. Here's my last question. You get that first NFL paycheck. What are you going to blow it on?
Well, assuming that my paycheck is proportional to my contributions to the win-loss column, I'd probably be able to blow the whole paycheck on about a stick of gum. So, depending on the size of that puppy, it'll either be a stick of gum or maybe if they really throw a bag my way, I could buy a Happy Meal or something.
What brand of gum?
Oh, you got to go extra. You got to go extra spearmint.
Nice.
I'm a 5 guy myself.
I could have seen that. I could have seen that coming.
It's intense.
Oddly enough, I like the Mentos gum. They don't last long, but I like the flavor.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about the little ones in the jar.
Yes. Yeah.
There's something about opening that jar and kind of rattling one out.
They're very inconvenient, those jars, but there is something about popping it open and pouring a piece of gum out. I don't know.
Yeah, there is something magical about that. Absolutely. It's electric.
Cool, man. That's about all we got for you. We really love you. Wishing you nothing but success in your transition to the NFL. I gotta say, man, this post absolutely killed me. I was talking about it with all my buddies, and it was probably the favorite thing I've seen on social media in a long time. It's great, man.
It's absolutely awesome, and I can't wait until the combine. This has to pop up, and I'm sure this letter will get a lot more media coverage when combine comes around. And we hope to see your face on some more shows and all over social media, like Bo said.
But you said that it reached a lot of your buddies. I know that you were teammates with Jason Kelsey, who's kind of the man. Did it get as far as that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna send it to him just to make sure. I don't, I've kind of stayed away from him since the Eagles lost to the Niners over the weekend. Kelsey isn't in the best mood, but I'm gonna send it to Kelsey. He'll get a fucking kick out of it.
Yeah, please do. Yeah,
I know how you linemen are.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, appreciate you, man. You're a fucking great sport. Unbelievable athlete. Elite draft prospect. We're going to start a campaign push to get you an invite to the Senior Bowl here. So,
a Subway deal.
And a Subway
Hit them up,
deal.
Subway.
Yeah, that would be the best of both worlds right there.
Cool. Any other last comments you got, Barclay, while we got you on?
Nothing. Thank you all for having me. It's been fun. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. You're a great sport.
Barclay,
thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, man.